Oh, sorry guys, my phone got interrupted a little bit. Okay, so let's continue. So here, of course, it's the same format. We have the artwork, we have the title, we have the what do they call it again? I keep forgetting what he called it. The elemental relationship. And then you got the meditation, which the meditation is kind of also talking about like the meaning of the card, right? And then you can meditate on the meaning of the card and then get your inquiry. And it goes like that for, looks like, all the cards. Do we see like a shadow? Oh, here we have the air of shadow, water of shadow. Okay, so the shadow cards seem to be separate. Let's just do a flip through and see if there is, if he separates them by, it doesn't look like it, because here we have fire of celestial, water of celestial, earth of celestial, dimensional of spirits. See, so like, yeah, so here's earth of celestial and then spirit. So the elements seem to be, they run together, but then we do get into the shadow cards and we go into the shadows. And the format is the same. Artwork, the title, the elemental relationship, meditation, and inquiry. Let's see, anything towards the back? Let's find out. Let's find out together. So we have about Gabe, about the artist. What's this? We have an afterword. Okay, so then we get the last card, presence of absence. Huh, interesting title. And then we have an afterword about the deck. And then we have, where is it? About the artist. For all things Wild Harmonic, please visit wildharmonic.com. So there you go. And also there is I'm a huge fan of Benabelle Wen. If you guys don't know her, she's incredible. The Holistic Tarot is like a huge book, over 900 pages. So if you want to be a tarot like master, but she's incredible. I really do like her work. So I love that she's, involved in this. Okay, so let's get to the cards. So as you can see, I'm just opening it. And let's remove these plastics out of the way. Okay, I was like, which one is the back and the front? I mean, I knew that this was the front because of the title, but I was like, wait, this also looks like a card. So these are the backs. It's a really cool star. The cardstock is pretty stiff, and it's a round deck. So usually they're easier. I don't think they're easier to shuffle. I've heard people say it's harder to shuffle. I find it to be okay, no big deal. But like, you never really, or at least I don't, riffle shuffle a round deck. Okay, so I will be showing you guys all of them. If you don't want to see all of them, you can jump around, you can skip this part altogether, but I will be showing you all of them. And as you saw, I just took out the plastic, they are in order. Okay, I guess we're starting with the shadow one. Shadow of shadow, self-destruction. Decks like this, I know we saw in the book how he talked about you can take the shadow ones out. Oh, you know what it looks like too? It looks like the shadow ones have a black border. Can you guys see that? So this black border, shadow of air, and the other ones have a white border. Huh, interesting. I like that. That's cool. Way to differentiate. But when I look for a deck, tarot, oracle, doesn't matter. I really want the deck to have an array of cards, because let's be honest, the human experience can be tough sometimes. It can cause anxiety, for example. So to deny that part of ourselves, misleading mind, we can talk to somebody that can mislead us, or we can even overthink ourselves into misleading ourselves. So I definitely look for decks that have the whole range, that there's like light cards and there's dark cards, because that's life. Sometimes we get grounded, right? We have nourishing roots and they get grounded. But then primal pulse, to me, it almost feels like an impulse. We can be impulsive, that's for sure. Air of earth, shared breath. Spirit of earth, visceral listening. I feel like this deck too, I'm going to spend a lot of time with the book. Because I feel like I can start shuffling in and pick up cards and already like vibe with it. Shadow of water bleeding together. But some of these keywords and the artwork, I just feel like I want to get the most out of this deck before I just like dive in with my own intuition. I feel like I really want to get to know what the author had to say in the book. You know, how much they had to describe and what the meditation speaks of, right? And even the inquiry, that journal prompt question that we looked at, I want to journal on that. I want to journal about it. I want to question it. I think this is the cover art. Oh, sorry. Here's the cover art, right? All the hands interlocked. Dimensional of water, holistic synergy, beautiful. Inflammatory response, I'm an Aries, I'm very familiar. We have the earth of fire. See what I mean? Like we can already see the cards starting to rotate. Brown cards will just do what they want to do. Fire, force of nature. Air of fire, uplifting vision. I'm finding these keywords to be really interesting, and the artwork is very unique, I think. Interesting that it looks like screws, right? Negation trance. Collective insight, interesting. Empowered discernment. There's a sense of dynamic to this deck, right? I think so. Immune system, okay. Interesting for health, right? If you pull this one, it's like, okay, strengthen your immune system. Celestial of air, here's like a dragon energy. Ceaseless beginning. The shadow of spirit, not worthy. Then we have the earth of spirit. The water. The fire of spirit, that's beautiful. Hidden ally. Spirit of spirit. Celestial of spirit. It's interesting how there's like, right, fire, water, air, earth, spirit, shadow, like all these different elements, almost like their own. You know how in tarot cards there are different suits, like the ones that represent fire, you have the cups that represent water. This one, like celestial, right? Or spirit that we just saw, or earth that we just saw earlier. It has its own suits. And then within each suit, there's an interaction with other suits. To me, it really seems to be, I mean, of course, I haven't read the book fully. You guys saw, I just opened it. But to me, this deck really seems to be a well thought out system. It feels like a new system that someone has created. You know, Gabriel, what's his name again? Gabriel Merihue, right? Hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. But it feels like it was created. You know, the tarot deck, for example, has a system that we follow. Oracles are much more free flow, but this one feels like it follows a created system, but not just created, but it was very well thought out. It was planned out. It looks to me to be very cohesive, and I think it can take us to deeper dimensions within ourselves and our spiritual ascension, if you will. Deeper, as I'm talking about the deeper self, here we go, the dimensional of dimensional. And then the final card is the presence of absence. Interesting, this one does not have a correlation, right? An elemental relationship. It just has a title underneath. Very, very interesting. I'm excited. I'm excited to start working with this deck. I'm a little bit intimidated because it seems like a lot, but I'm looking forward to it. I'm definitely looking forward to working with this deck. Okay, so I hope you guys enjoyed the unboxing and review of the Wild Harmonic Oracle by Gabriel J. Merrihew. Thank you so much for joining me, and I'll see you guys next time.